Greetings, everyone. It is me, Umber Rays, after post-update, and we're going to be taking a look at the update on the JP side and talking a little bit about the global rumor that has kind of sprung up that everybody's kind of talking about. And yeah, let's get into it. So I know that recently there has been a lot of chat about, first of all, I guess we should just address a couple of things. First of all, there hasn't been a live stream announced. There's no real hints necessarily that there is a collaboration. It's just been a little while since a collaboration, so the timing's about right. Also, historically, we have seen a collaboration usually be dropped by now about this time, so you know the timing basically checks out really quickly. That I think JP is going to be looking at some kind of collaboration to do with something. But to this point, there has not been said anything, so there we go. Secondly, while there is some weird stuff with JP's scheduling over the next little bit, that's not what we're here to talk about. We are here specifically to talk about the global weirdness, which it seems to be because of a update that has already been announced in game. It sure looks like a wind missile unit is coming to global, which would kind of knock the running of the timing for the new version of Helena, but as we're about to talk in a little bit here, that might be a good thing for global. If a wind range unit is coming to either version, which does seem to be a fair amount of hint that there might be a wind unit coming to both versions, not necessarily the same unit, but still that could be interesting. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there's a lot of speculation as to it. Now, of course, there are a ton of banners out on JP right now, specifically to do with a lot of the 90 cost vision cards. And just so you know, I already did the 1000 Lapis poll, because even if I hate the way these banners are done, doing 1000 free Lapis is not backbreaking. And if you do get lucky, well, I mean, that's what we kind of all hope for. So that's where my thoughts was on there, and it didn't turn out well. All right, now speaking of things that did not turn out well, let's talk about this vision card and Esper. Now, as for the vision card itself, we are looking at a maxed out 462 HP, 4 defense, 3 spirit, 184 magic, and 40 dexterity, with a unit effect with a total of 10% missile resistance and a total of 20 spirit penetration on the vision card for either wind or lightning unit that has this card equipped, with only the downside of losing a little bit of evasion on units that don't care that much about evasion. As for the party effect, well, it's a full 50% magic boost for the 2 elements that we've listed, as well as slash resistance of 10 and earth resistance of 15. Now, I want to go on record saying that I really hate this vision card, because honestly, it's already pretty overstated anyways. Just in general, the 90 cost vision cards are pretty good, but this one is definitely really good, and I hate that it removes a little bit of a strong matchup against these types, which is specifically Earth. Lightning is already very strong. It didn't need this much of a boost anyway, and neither did wind. So I do think that this vision card is a massive misstep, but also because of the Esper that comes with it. This is a problematic Esper. First of all, he does dispel Protect and Chill off of the Esper cast, which the Esper cast, sorry, I hit my microphone there, is a large AoE, and it does give all the bonuses that you would normally expect from an Esper cast anyway, so that's fine. This Esper has 20 agility, 97 magic, 78 attack, 43 AP, 45 TP, over 1000 HP, and 74 luck, and 79 dexterity. But this Esper, 20 agility is actually really overcompensating. And while I do not particularly like this combination, basically what Gumi seems to be trying to do is make these vision cards more appealing instead of making the banners just better. So they're overstatting these by a fair bit, and honestly, I think it's going to be a real problem for game balance because, yeah, Earth is just not keeping up. And while Ice does have generally good matchups, and Ice is pretty strong, that is like the one thing that is kind of holding Wind in a little bit of check of being incredibly annoying. So I just don't like this, period. I don't like this. I'm not happy. But more so, I'm really thinking that it's probably a good thing that Helena and this vision card are not coming to global, because this would be, I mean, Helena was already pretty good, but this vision card kind of completes her more on the JP side as to what she needed to really excel. But I think with Abara, this would be even scarier. And globalers do like to tell me how good Abara is, so I'm going to put 2 and 2 together here. Hopefully it equals 4. Based on what globalers have said. But Ibarra plus this combination might be a little too much, and it might just be really bad overall for the game. Again, not guaranteed. Maybe globalers can comment, but a 20 agility Esper whose skill tree includes a lot of human killer, slash resistance, magic attack up, lightning attack. I mean, the only thing that I can really say here is that I'm super glad that, you know, the amount of points that you have to get all of this stuff are limited, because I guess you'll have to make some concessions, but you know, it is water killer accuracy, slash resistance, and again, just human killer on an Esper. This is definitely way too overstated to try and make a bad type of banners look good. And yeah, there are going to be really dumb people who are just going to go to pity on this, and that sucks, but there isn't really much to say. Oh, just 1,000 lapis sitting in my inbox. Thanks for that. So yeah, maybe this is a good thing that this isn't coming out, and maybe it's a good thing that it may never come out to global, because it might be it definitely feels like one of those things on JP that is probably a little more unbalanced and maybe a little bit unfairly so, that it might create some new teams that are going to be just a real problem. I think that on JP, the team that we might see is Sadali plus Summer Helena, which is kind of interesting, but more annoying. So I'll let you know if I come up against that matchup anytime soon. That's just kind of my expectation. Now, as for Porcelain Tower, well, we'll talk a little bit about Porcelain Tower because there are a bunch of new floors. First floor, 81, was nothing really that difficult. It was just a wind floor with some DPS, but quite easily handleable by ice. Next up, Fire Auto Team was able to take care of this. This floor was a little bit annoying because the Tonberries are actually a little bit threatening, and yeah, Bina is a threat, so you got to be a little bit careful about that. Next floor, I guess Dark Magic is not going to be a thing because we got reflectors here. Scrolling up, we have another light floor with a little bit of lightning, so a little bit combination, but it is a multiple of 5 floors, so that's kind of expected. From there, we have a water floor, a fire floor, a earth floor, a lightning floor, and the final floor is a mix of fire and wind. So I'm supposing that this is supposed to be a really good one for water and ice combination here. Sadali, you'll notice that there are 3 newer units plus a Chaos Esper. So it'll be interesting to see once we get there. As for the ring itself, I mean, it's one of those elemental rings. So it is looking at wind resistance, earth resistance, poison resistance, and silence resistance. Nothing really that amazing for the resistances, but, you know, generally would not feel bad about, yeah, obviously going to be getting the ring and maxing it. From there, we do have 2 pieces of equipment on the JV side getting a boost. First of all, the Black Garb, which actually that was its name. I wasn't sure when I recorded that last video, but there it is. Black Garb will be getting an increase. So this was a defense penetration with evasion rate up. And the only thing it's getting is dark resistance as well as some overall better stats. But I think that Probably the dark resistance is the thing that most people are going to be interested in. Interestingly, it does get a bit of an evasion boost into its 6-star version, which is kind of nice. But evasion, again, I feel like not necessarily the most scary thing, especially on JP lately. And the last thing I guess we're going to talk about tonight is the Platinum Helmet, which, as you can see, here's mine. I don't know, I just never built this thing. I got to make some choices. HP and slash resistance for getting a +6. And just some generally high stats across the board. 22 spirit into its parrier version. And mix between shield and vitality. I guess 977 HP is a big thing there, but overall, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. It's okay. Wouldn't hate to have it, but doesn't feel like I'm going to be rushing it down anytime soon. So yeah, look at the stuff that's going on the JP side. I feel like, sorry, the animations are working. Yeah. Overall, I feel like Chaos Odin is, Chaos Odin is, but I feel like Dark Ramuh is really, really overtuned to try and sell a unit more. It could be problematic, so Globalers should definitely keep an eye out for that one. I think Ibarra users and Renan lovers, both of them, will probably really, really, really want to save for that Esper, though, because it is incredibly high value. So anyway, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If I forgot something, I apologize, but that's it. See you next time.